The Tang Dynasty was perhaps the greatest age for poetry that the history of civilization has known. This means, of course, that it produced many outstanding poets. Yet one in particular, Du Fu, is singled out even among his great contemporaries. In order to appreciate fully the scope of his extensive occasional verse, we need to understand the life that granted Du Fu his unusual insight. This journey is presented in three stages, moving from Du Fu's early maturity to his old age and death. Our first stop is Du Fu's early years in his 20s and 30s. Du Fu failed the imperial examination at the capital Chang'an and had moved to Yanzhou and then to the eastern capital at Luoyang, where he met Li Bai and became friends with the hermit. Most of his poems in this period reflect his reclusiveness and ambition. Soon after Du Fu realized he was too young and ambitious to take up the hermit's life, he returned to Chang'an but failed the examination again. He lingered in the capital and sought patronage. He talks often of retiring to a quiet life and missing his old friends and his poems, and he was becoming more skillful as a poet. We are fast forwarding to the year where Chang'an was taken over by the rebel An Lushan. Du Fu started a family and moved his family farther north. While trying to return and perhaps join the emperor, Du Fu was captured by rebels and forced to stay at the capital. This situation produced some of his most moving and best-known poems, reflecting his overwhelming sorrow for the broken society. Du Fu eventually reunited with his family and resumed a new post in Chang'an as reminder. In the autumn of 759, Du Fu was sick of his bureaucratic duties and left his official post and moved his family west and then south. First to Qinzhou. After 2 months, they moved on to Tonggu. A year later, they headed to Chengdu. In Chengdu, Du Fu built the famous thatched hut near a monastery and was embarking on the last decade of his life. A revolt broke out in Chengdu 2 years later, and Du Fu had to move to Kuizhou. Thanks to the generosity of a patron, Du Fu attained some prosperity and had 2 separate properties. In the spring of 768, Du Fu visited friends and made his way to Yueyang in Hunan on Dongting Lake. A local insurrection sent the family on the move again, heading south from Tanzhou. From there, Du Fu still had hopes of returning to Chang'an, but he died on the boat en route in the winter of 770. Although political instability resulted in some of Du Fu's movement, why Du Fu chose to move so frequently is unknown. Perhaps he hoped for a turning point of his career and wanted support from friends. However, there's no doubt that his displacement contributed to Du Fu's vivid themes and skillful verses.